Harem picking Orion. Mr.Tilt holding onto Asuri. I'm not sure what map we're going on, but I do know that we're going to the match.
It's just one match.
Just one match? It might be three matches.
One
Shipwreck.
slice. Let's get it.
Alright. Using a fancy yellow and blue Orion skin. Immediately goes into the neutral and hits Asuri in the face. Both players just hit
He
each
tries to
other.
find that down air and gets punished with the Asuri on arm.
Mr. Tilt goes for the bomb, ends up getting hit by this lance.
Dodging through the reverse Ensig.
Ooh. Excellent strings from the Asuri, but misses the recovery and gets punished by a lance throw. Barely dodges out of the second lance throw.
Tilt is doing an amazing job at avoiding these neutral six from Harem.
Barely gets the spear without getting punished. Both players find themselves in the orange, but finds a signature.
E-sig from Harem. Charges up the side sig, gets punished by Asuri side sig, but he's there with the gravy cancel end sig.
Amazing spacing with that gravy cancel end sig. He got it perfectly to where he caught Asuri out of his ground pound and ends up taking the first stock. Excellent option coverage by Harem. Finds that D-light in the side air. Asuri lands to the ground pound but finds no follow-up. Goes for his signature, doesn't land it, but he's not getting punished.
Getting a little greedy with the signatures and getting punished by Tilt.
Yeah, ends up finding a signature of his own, but doesn't kill him off the top. Harem goes in for that neutral signature on arms, but misses. Tips the recovery.
And he finds the side air to take this first stock off Harem.
Oof. Both players find themselves at two stocks right now. Harem going for a weapon from the horn, but Tilt does a great job of zoning him away. Finds the bomb and lands. Oof. Very bold charge right there on that signature.
Up. Tilt getting a very full string of attacks.
Excellent down sig read on that signature approach. Tosses the spear, but barely dodges through it. Finds it down there, but doesn't get any what do you call it, conversion.
Ooh, D-sig coming out from Harem, taking Tilt off the map.
And he goes for an offstage bomb trade that ends up not working in his favor, giving the stock lead to on Tilt. Tosses the spike ball into his face and goes for a neutral signature. If he doesn't end the stock fast, Asuri's going to be able to rack up damage really, really quickly.
Wow, very slick 180 D-sig coming out of Harem.
Absolutely, and the stocks are rather even right now. Mr. T, however, Mr. T, that's what it says. Mr. Tilt, on Tilt, going in with these Katars. Harem doing an excellent job of covering his landings with his weapon toss, making sure that he can't get anything in, and he finds a signature, putting him into the deep yellow.
Tilt always seeming to land with the down air. That might be a problem for him.
Harem is just having absolutely no difficulty tossing his weapon at exactly where Mr. Tilt is coming in, and then following it up with another move. Did you, like, break your mouse? Oh, hello, Mantra?
Tech difficulties, but did I just see a Z?
No, you saw Mr. Tilt hitting him with a side air, and killing him off the bottom of the stage. On Tilt, Mr. T confirmed. Indeed. Game 1 goes to Mr. Tilt. We're going to see what match they go over next. Tilt deciding to stick with the Asuri. Is Harem going to have a legend switch? Ooh. Harem picking Twilight. I understand that. There's quite a bit of shenanigans that can happen with that floating island off to the right. Alright, what legend does Harem end up picking? Hopefully he's not eating his pizza on the side without telling us.
Oh, you know he is. Oh, he is. I'm keeping us informed.
About this tissue problem. Mantra, could you inform Harem to start?
Yeah, I was really curious about his in-depth camouflage strategy for Twilight.
Oh. Oh, I see, I see. Now that I think about it, it actually this
is some
idea.
of the most in-depth analysis that I've ever.
Yeah, just picking your color to
gotten.
match your stage counter pick. What map did I pick again? Twilight. All right, Harem memeing a little bit too hard here. I'll let it slide. However, if we see a successful Gravy Cancel Disco,
Ooh, that's asking quite a bit.
it's asking quite a bit, but I believe Harem can deliver, just like he had pizza delivered to him not too long ago. Here we go.
Courtesy of GCS.
Okay, both players hitting each other.
Get
there.
the collision.
Harem ends up finding the first weapon, gets that neutral light into the upper recovery. Is Tilt going to find a weapon? Yes, he does. Gets the Catars and immediately finds a string. Misses the recovery, however. Both players are just in each other's space.
Getting out the Catars, both players staying about pretty even stock.
Goes for the reverse recovery read, but misses it. Something I love to see from Harem's Orion is that he always
Very
uses,
nice side sig.
Yeah, he always uses his weapons to cover his landing so that he can land safer and then sometimes find a follow-up till the weapon ends up hitting.
And it's such a good thing to do when you have a weapon with a large hitbox like a lance or a spear or a hammer.
Yeah, but he finds another one of those side signatures and ends up getting the stock quite early. Excellent spacing on these recoveries. But a great dodge from Mr.Tilt ends up finding
Goes for the ground pound. I thought he was gonna die there.
Yeah. Goes for
Managed to get back on stage and gets the neutral sig.
fine. Looks for the lance throw, but he ends up misspacing it on the island and doesn't get any follow-up. Goes for an unsafe down air, but finds the neutral sig.
Another very graceful neutral sig. Gotta love seeing that Orion neutral sig.
Ooh. But a D-light into down air, followed by a weapon throw to end the stock. Mr. Tilt evens it up 2-2. Orion finds the lance again, however, and finds another side signature, sending him into the red.
Tilt doing a very good job weaving around Orion, using his neutrals and using his air. Goes for the ledge slide.
Oh, the charged disco. Finds a side
What could
air.
have been?
Hits him off the side of the stage. I think this camouflage is really working out for Harem's Orion. I just don't see Tilt finding any way to see him within the map. Find these moves, but I could be wrong. Goes for the neutral sig, but he has his own Gravy Cancel neutral sig, and nearly hits him off the bottom of the stage.
Goes for the downlight, gets punished by Tilt.
Goes for that low recovery, ends up hitting him up and getting some damage. Harem doing an excellent job of spacing these recovery moves. Another neutral sig, but he misses. 2 neutral sigs in a row.
Both trying to work that ledge, but
Harem is just absolutely confident right now with his neutral lights and his recoveries. He's not getting punished by Taibo or by Tilt. Seeing the black.
and that's the match with the side sig.
And game 2 goes to Harem.
The momentum picked up really fast there.
Absolutely. Not to mention that incredibly early side signature kill from Harem on the center of the map.
And that was punishing Asuri's side sig with the Catars, correct?
Correct, indeed. So we're definitely going to see Mr. Tilt not take Harem back to Twilight. We just can't afford the camouflage. It's just too risky.
That might be grounds for DQ.
Possibly. I don't want to make it grounds for DQ, however. Alright. Does red look good, Haramex? Okay. Blackguard and King's Pass have been banned out. What stage is Mr. Tilt going to pick here? And is he going to change legends? He picks Mammoth. Alright. Mammoth is going to be an interesting stage because it's no longer that small, decent ledges to play off of, no hazards to be hit into.
It'll be interesting to see them go toe-to-toe on a flat map.
Absolutely.
Best Asuri skin, hands down. Just saying.
3, 2, 1.
There we go, Mammoth Fortress, both players on the neutral. Are they going to try to trade it in the very beginning of the stage? Yes, they are. Mr. Tilt going in and finding a decent amount of damage.
Loses his weapon shortly after. Unfazed, still bringing the damage to Harem without getting hit.
Yeah. Harem
This
goes...
is a deep yellow.
Yeah, Harem going for that weapon throw landing once again, however, and finds the ground pound.
That
Really
D-light
good.
combo. Oh, man. Harem racking up the damage, trying to shift up the momentum, but On Tilt is remaining consistent with that pressure.
On Tilt's doing
Goes
something.
for the side sig, and he lands it.
Ooh, goes for the ground pound. Does it hit? No, he finds the recovery. Harem's got the advantage here. Goes for the D-Light. Ends up going for the recovery, but he Z's.
And he,
Totally misreading his
happens to the best
jumps.
of us.
When he went for that recovery after the D-Light, didn't keep track of his jumps. Goes a little bit too far. Can't get back to the stage. First stock goes to On Tilt. Something that I like that On Tilt's doing now is he's waiting for Harem to approach, waiting for that weapon toss, dodging, and then immediately responding afterwards. When before he would try to respond with an attack. But Harem finds
Will Harem find a way to change his playstyle in order to be able to survive against Tilt?
We're about to find out. Finds that down sig. He's going to be off stage again. Will he keep track of his jumps this time?
Holding on to that down sig just a little too long. But he turns it around with a gravy cancel end sig.
There's nothing more terrifying to me right now than Harem's off-stage gravy cancel end sigs with Orion. Absolutely excellent. He's always on point with that spacing, and he's shown time and time again that he can end even stocks whenever he wants to. Ooh, finds the ground pound, however. Will this be the end of Harem's stock? No, it's not. Instead, finds the weapon throw. Both players are fighting off stage right now. This is very dangerous for Mr.Tilt.
Mr. Tilt has his cat towers against the unarmed Harem.
I think we could just call him Tilt. Mr. Tilt's like hard to say.
Tilt.
Mr. T's kind of fun too, for the meme. Anyways, finds the bomb, throws it down, dodges it onto himself. Tilt hits him with a side arrow.
Goes for that end sig. A little too ambitious, gets punished by Tilt.
Another weapon toss by Harem, but I mean, he followed up with a ground pound that wasn't even near a series character model. He gets punished. Goes for the bomb toss, however, and he nearly lands on it. The Qatar neutral nearly killing him off the top. Tilt's finding difficulty finding any moves onto Harem, but it's because Harem's not approaching.
Is that adaptive playstyle that needs to be seen to be held right here?
Possibly. All we're seeing is Harem holding onto his stock way longer than he should. Tilt just goes for another signature read, but ends up getting hit by the lance throw. Harem barely misspacing the side air. What's Tilt going to be able to do that in the stock?
Punishes the end sig.
A very poorly spaced end sig by Harem. I don't even see how Tilt could have gotten into that area quickly enough to be hit by that neutral. Gets punished accordingly. Tosses the bomb and goes for that neutral. Excellent down signature by Harem. Another down sig just barely dodged. And now Tilt
And
is
a
just
beautiful
getting
string from Tilt.
another down sig, but those sigs are not killing. Harem needs to find another move to be able to get him before he takes more damage. And the recovery hits him off the side of Mammoth Fortress.
Well, he got back on stage and interrupts the D-sig.
Yeah, he gets clipped by the recovery.
Caught by the recovery, though.
And then clipped off the top of the stage. Harem's going for a lot of these charged down signatures, and he doesn't seem to mind getting interrupted by them, because he's always finding a follow-up immediately afterwards. But now he's finding himself in a dangerous position. Gets caught.
The pressure's racked up, he's been hit by the end sig, gets back onto the ledge, but gets hit by the ground pound. Is Tilt gonna close this with the side air?
The worst part
And
about this
there it
edge guard,
is.
the worst part about that edge guard is that Tilt opened it up with a taunt, waiting for Harem to get back to the stage before ending his stock, taking the set 2-1. Tilt moves on and Harem is knocked into the loser's bracket.